This episode is brought to you by our Patreon members. Sign up right now, patreon.com/VVC Life. And thank you to all of the patrons that have already signed up and are supporting us right now.
We are back. It is Black.
Got a whip crack now? That's a bad sign for Black History Month, homie.
That's a fact. Yeah, don't want to start with the gunshots. Yeah, that's the. But we are back in the building. I'm surprised to see you here, man. I thought you said I can't remember whether it was today you had to take off, but you were saying you needed to take off.
No. It was remember we're talking Super Bowl next weekend.
Got you. So if he's not going to be available, I am definitely going to be in Tampa, Florida, celebrating one of my best friends' 50th birthday. So I will be in Tampa, drunk as a skunk and unable to engineer or do anything. So we are going to take next Sunday off. I want everybody to enjoy Super Bowl Sunday. I want everybody to enjoy daytime off, but today, and I do mean today, we getting into that Black nerd business. It's been a busy week. A lot of stuff has been going on. There's a lot of topics to cover. We have an unfortunate loss in the acting world. We've got some news things that have come out. It's been a busy week in the world, man. So it's time for us to get it all together and put some nerd time down. So let's go to a genius nerd in history.
A nerd in history.
All right, let's talk about the first Black person on television.
So if I said, could you name the first Black person to ever appear on television? Could you do it? If you guessed the iconic Ethel Waters, you'd be correct. In 1939, Ethel Waters became the first Black person to ever appear on television, as well as having their own television show, The Ethel Waters Show. Waters was an accomplished singer as well as appearing on Broadway. She had hit songs like Stormy Weather, Heat Wave, that version of His Eyes on a Sparrow you always hear. Yeah, she was one of the originators of it. The show was a variety type show that featured her along with other actresses performing dramatic readings from her new play, Mamba's Daughter. She would later go on to be the second Black person ever nominated for an Academy Award for her role in the movie Pinky, in which she got the director fired technically because they couldn't get along. And not only was she a trailblazer with the Ethel Waters Show, she's also the first Black person to ever be nominated for an Emmy.
Shout out to the queen. What you think about that, man? First Black woman on television.
Oh yes, those are those things that are just like glanced over. I mean, we even see it today, and now nowadays we need to just put those stories out. And I need to put my story out about all the 20 years of being in IT. Whew.
I'm saying, man, we got to shoot the movie. You know what I mean? Action with the guns and the cocaine and the women. The whole story's got to come out, baby. We got to tell everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He said,
"Hey, if we got to shoot on Tubi, make sure we get the masters and have all the money coming to us instead of having to ask permission or at a distributor."
That's right. I saw that link you sent me earlier. I actually watched that video.
It's deep.
It's definitely deep. This is definitely something I've been talking about for a while. We'll get into it later on in the show. Just keep it locked. Let's get to our next segment. Crap. I do not have a Precious for today, so we will have to skip that one. Normally that's my favorite segment, but I've had a stream right before this, and I had probably about an hour to eat and then prep for this show. So let's just go.
It's okay, homie.
Appreciate it, brother. I appreciate the support. All right, we're gonna go into the fix.
Listen up, boys. The fix is in.
So, hey, man, how was your week? How's everything been going for you?
My week's been my week. I mean, I'm just trying to make sure I'm starting to get the wheels turning on what I need to get done here. As you guys see in the back, the studio is already done. Getting all my equipment together back here just to get it right and tight and do what I need to do because, these people are not trying to pay you what you're worth at these jobs, and they don't care about your ideas. They kind of like those snooty. They want to come off like snooty. What's that guy of Hell's Kitchen? The head chef that always tells people's food is crap and whatnot.
Oh crap! Oh, he's was that Ramsay?
Gordon Ramsay. They're like that when you feed them new ideas. Ideas, no, yeah, I don't like that. And then they go ahead and come back around, and when they could go ahead and say your idea. Oh, everybody can eat it. Will eat good about that. Like, ooh, this is good food. But I came up with the idea. Nah, you didn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that I've been telling people for years. And like, it's one thing to develop a business and you can create product. It's another thing to have the audience that will consume the product. And one of the things that I never focused on was building the audience. I was always focused on, I'm just going to keep creating products. So it's like now in this journey that we're currently on, it's been all about audience building, like finding an audience that is ours, that we're going to feel connected to. They're going to feel connected to us, and we're providing for them, not only what they want, but what they need. Because once you find your audience, you just servicing the audience and they pay you or they support you. And then that's the way the game goes. So exactly. That's why we started the Black Nerd Podcast. I mean, just sitting, me and the homies just sitting and going, yo, we need to talk about some shit. Because I literally talk about movies and comic books and with the homies all the time. So I was like, why we don't just talk about that outside?
Exactly. And then you be hearing all these people's ideas. And then you just see all the people who actually have a platform and their discussions. I mean, there's some people out there that are good, but you got to go ahead and go through the hedges and everything, because the algorithm is going to just throw all the people who has yuppie backed money and sponsors and people that they don't. Hey, this is a person that I could go ahead and get a tax write-off on and everything like that. So
right. And even down to the point where it becomes our responsibility to continue to find the Black creators and bringing them to the forefront. So like, I haven't done a good enough job at finding like game developers, but that's something that I really want to focus on this year, is finding like Black game developers, finding games created by Black people, finding, more of the books, like the fantasy books and things like that. Like, and then continuing to highlight, yeah, we just talked about this show last week. Shout out to, the Black woman president, Miss Layoffs, the former general manager and Call of Duty, Joanna Faries, was just become the president of Blizzard. I mean, a Black woman in charge of one of the biggest gaming companies in the world. You know what I'm saying?
And like I said, here's hoping she's not like that Wayne, what's his name, from the DCEU, just to have a person of color be in charge to go ahead and say, okay, we're going to have this person of color and we're going to have this is going to take it to the next level.
Yeah. Wanting them to have the power and the ability to maneuver versus just being a figurehead. What's going on?
Figurehead or a prop. Yeah. Hey, Precious. Welcome back.
Yes.
Your hair's all different colored and everything. You done changed it up on them. You out here showing off. I see you. Let me get some hand claps. All right. So let's continue to celebrate our Black folk. You know what I'm saying? Exclusive Xbox partners with Game Heads to amplify the next generation of Black game designers. Shout out to them. I would love to see more details. And I would love to see how we can continue to hold these companies accountable. A lot of times these companies, they will come out and make these broad statements about investing into minorities and all of this other stuff. And it'll end up just being some gift bags and some gift cards for some
and a
stuff.
Pizza party.
Yeah, right. Well, we'll give you some 3-year-old games that we had left over in a container somewhere in a storage unit that they're trying to get rid of. So, like, it'll be nice to actually, in this day and age, it'll be nice to just be able to make it easier for us to develop and release our own games so that we can generate our income. I think that's just the biggest thing possible. Don't gatekeep. Allow us the ability to do what we do. But anyway, I'm not trying.
we just gonna have to build our own because that's how they're making it like now. We got to
Man.
go ahead and come up and knock at the door and ask for permission, and they're just like, let them eat cake.
Fact.
That's what it is nowadays. I mean, hey,
Yeah, we got to make a black
it
game
took
council.
it took the homie who made this almost 30 years to get recognized.
Yeah, true, true. And
Almost 30
I'm
years.
hoping
And
these
now
games.
his game is back in one of the top 10 best games, and then then he had a freaking DLC that just came out with Idris Elba in it. I mean, come on, you got Keanu Reeves and Idris Elba in the same game.
I know Precious loves some Idris Elba, so like that makes it easy for her to jump in. So you know what I mean. So Precious, what's been going on, man?
School is kicking my ass.
Hey!
Like, I literally read like 20 different laws. I don't know. It's kicking
So,
my ass.
I think Precious is currently getting her master's degree or your doctorate. I can't remember what you're getting.
Bachelor's.
Oh, you still
it's-
getting bachelor's? Shout out to you.
Are you in your last year, your senior year? Yep. And there's going to be that semester that you're going to have to do a work study, which is going to be crazy.
Yeah, that's
I was lucky. Just a hint for everybody in Nerdland out here, not to detract. I went to get another associate's, and then I went back to get my bachelor's immediately. And because of that gap between the time I got my new associate's and my bachelor's, they gave me the work study for free because of the associate's degree.
interesting.
Yeah. So
I don't
if
know.
you got some classes that can mesh together, and you can go and they could take some classes from your college, and all you got to do is like 2 or 3 classes here and there over that college, and they give you an associate's degree because you're basically here at the senior level of being in your master's degree program. Check it out. Hopefully that help you out and everybody else in Atlanta.
Hold on, wait, because what would they do?
Basically, all the class credits you have earned from your freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year can probably go and mesh over to the programs that are over at another school, and see if those classes can mesh, and you can just walk in and do a couple of introductory classes and see what program you can just jump right in on the associate's degree level. But we can talk about this offline. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Nah, I think it's pretty cool. So, like, if you was to finesse your way into getting an associate's degree, then use that associate's degree to make it easier for you to get your bachelor's. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically, you don't have to go ahead and do that work study because they give you those large 1 or 2 semesters of work study for you guys. And because I had that, I didn't have to take no work study. They automatically gave me the credits because I got I had an associate's degree.
Okay.
Got you.
Automatic A. Boom.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm trying to get sponsored for my top secret security clearance. So
Gotcha.
I'm doing a couple internships. It's a lot of work.
Woo. Yo, getting top secret clearance ain't easy, dog.
Yeah.
Good luck.
No, they wouldn't give it to me when my father was alive. I kept getting
Yo,
they
that's
wouldn't give it to me.
That's so crazy. I don't want to get. I know that's your personal. I don't want to get into it on air, but that's crazy. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, DC Power. This is, I guess, DC going Black Power. These stories are filled with the love, care, and passion of Black creatives that want to recognize themselves and the people they know in these characters. That's more than representation. That's more than representation. That's more than authenticity. That's power. Morgan Hampton, DC writer, Milestone Initiative 22.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. Thanks for creating a post. Let me move on.
Hey, don't be like that. Hey,
I'm definitely being like that.
hey, that's your boy from Milestone Comics. He's the one that brought you Static, man. Come on.
Oh, okay. Well,
Static,
okay.
Icon.
I'll give him something for that.
Yeah, right.
Like the last thing he did.
All right. Amazon announces plans to undercut the healthcare industry. Did anybody see this on social media?
I heard about it.
Bro,
I heard about it on YouTube.
This is crazy. Watch this clip.
Did you guys hear about this? Amazon is now launching their own primary healthcare service for $9 a month. And I don't know about you, but healthcare is expensive, so I'm definitely looking into this. So let's check it out. So for the general public, people that are not Amazon Prime members, you can get it for $199 a year. And then for primary members, you can get it for $99 a year. And then just to add an additional member, you can get it for $66. Obvious question that people are going to have is what comes with this $9 a month? And so you can see here that it's 24/7 on-demand virtual care nationwide, but then also they do have offices already in place. Okay, so you can see right here that it's all the major cities, but in their coming soon, you can see that they've got major plans to expand. Another question that I would have is, what if you need medication after you talk to your teledoctor? And it looks like for an additional $5 a month, you can also get the RX Pass, which is access to generic drugs. One thing is for sure, this is going to disrupt.
Yo, I saw this. Game over, checkmate. Yo, is going to take over the healthcare industry. Do you know that is like one of the biggest industries in the world?
I'm more scared of this shit than I am of AI.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me what's up.
I just never like when corporations try to get into healthcare and medicine. 9 times out of 10, there's a bottom line there for them. They don't give a fuck about people, and they don't care about the wellness of people. So I don't like it. I'm against it. Don't like it. I hate it.
I feel I can agree with that. But healthcare has been privatized for way too long. And to me, if you can find a way to lower the cost, I mean, the average person is spending $300 and $400.
Is that what they really doing though? Lowering the cost? Like,
if I'm able to at least be seen, and I'm not talking about
seen. A virtual visit.
Yeah,
the doctor really tell me virtually. He can.
Right.
I'm still gonna have to find somewhere to get some blood work done. Probably gonna have to pay out of pocket for that. They probably got co-insurance for that. I just feel like this shit is a trick bag. I don't trust it.
They're gonna have it. They're gonna have it all, because one of the other things that they didn't talk about is that they actually have physical Amazon hospitals, not hospitals, but like kind of like if you say Kaiser,
telehealth.
Yeah, they have their own clinics. No, they have their own clinics. So they have
like Kaiser Permanente.
Kaiser Permanente, what we have here called Wellstar or Emory Health Services. I'm not saying that I personally am kind of on the same wheelhouse as Precious there, because what if you have to do a major surgery? That's parts of what mine actually has to cover. Like, I got to pay this premium plan that I have to pay about almost $300 a month. Add it. That's taken out straight from my check, stripped from my check. $150 for the first 2 weeks. Next check, another $150 stripped out, and I have to, and it gives me 80% off. They take the 80% hit, and I take 20% if I have to go get something done. Like, I have to get a tube put down my throat to look in my stomach, or hey, I gotta see about prostate cancer. That's killing everybody, all black men out here. Don't think that this is some kind of just one thing. It seems, don't you think it's kind of weird that all black men between the age of 30 plus are getting prostate cancer? You don't think that's kind of funny right there? Just saying.
And
Yeah.
if you want to get into
Virtual clinics, if I could get on a plan that I don't have to take off, if I do that and I can take off the virtual appointments on my plan and strip it down a little bit, then that might be a good deal. I mean, that's $99 added a year to have somebody virtually see you, give you a prescription, tell you where you need to go, and then you can go to your whatever doctor you need to go to. But as far as like primary and all that, yeah.
What I'm saying is that Amazon is already trying to set up to do all of the things you guys are talking about. And to me, having somebody that is already first of all, Amazon is better at creating database systems. They're better at streamlining processes. They're better at servicing customers. Yo, they already have billions and trillions of dollars to play with. So they can come in and they can undercut a market that's already raping the crap out of people. Like, yo, this system, you're arguing to defend a system that's already raping you and giving you nothing. They're not even allowing generic drugs from other parts of the world to be accessible. And they're putting it in your agreements. When you start signing up, you can't get regular drugs. You got to get the $50 and $100 pills. I have two parents that are in their 70s. Bro, the amount of money that's getting paid, that they have to pay for these drugs, that if we could get a less expensive version, would save them hundreds of dollars.
Thinking it's going to be less expensive. I'm here to tell you this is a farce. They are full of shit. Amazon is not in the business of helping motherfuckers. If they were, they would have better publishing deals for their authors. They've been having that publishing.
I can agree with you on that.
I'm just saying this to say that Amazon as a business has not shown that they are for the people. They've never shown that. And now they're about to get into the healthcare field. They're gonna fuck it up even more. Everything's gonna. I don't trust it. I'm telling you. I know it sounds like a good idea.
Right.
It sounds good. But if they really wanted to do something to help people, they would just make it free. You just sign up for it.
Or better yet, be part of your Prime package. I mean, everybody's paying between. I pay once a year $140 for Prime because I'm outside of the whatever. Mm-hmm. So if what you're telling me that if they have a following of like probably about 50 some odd million people. 50 some odd million people paying that almost $150. Just you're getting $500 million a month for operating expenses.
And then you want $10 more from all them people. $200 more if they don't.
$200 more a year.
No, I don't trust it. I do not believe them. I feel like they're just trying to give people something. He's probably tied to somebody who's running in the election this year. We'll find out in 5 more years.
Let's go.
Today is for. I just want to say this because I just realized today is February the 4th. It's 20 years to the day that I was hospitalized and almost lost my life. Shit changed my life. Actually, been kind of surviving ever since then. So
congratulations, you survived.
Yeah. I don't know. When we talk about like healthcare, I've been through the ringer with that. I've had great insurance. I've had horrible insurance. I've had no insurance. And I've been hospitalized on each one of those tiers. And I just feel like the whole healthcare system is full of crap. I've been hospitalized in Canada too. Same thing. I'm just trying to figure out how I can go to Canada and get free healthcare and sit in an emergency room less time than I do here where I pay for healthcare. It's just too many indiscrepancies and stuff, and there's a lot of buzzwords going around about healthcare and stuff now because of the election. This an election. I don't trust it.
Got you.
But anyway.
Well, thank you. No, I'm not. I feel like everybody has a different perspective. We all sit in different spaces, and that's the purpose of having conversations so that we can bring understanding. Like I'm not, man. Hey, y'all telling me something different. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Shoot. All right. Let's go to my man from Black Nerd Problems.
Whenever people say to create new black characters in Marvel and DC to expand upon diversity and representation, I always think about the characters that were created for that purpose and were left by the wayside. This is Muhammad X. He debuted in Superman 179 back in 2002. His story centers around meeting Superman in Harlem and asking Superman, "What are you doing up here?" Superman doesn't come up to Harlem. This issue deals really with Superman struggling with race, and Lois telling him, hey, you're the most colorblind person I know, Clark. That didn't age well. Muhammad X doesn't get to be the center of his debut issue. His job is to push Superman's story. It's 22 years later, and that was still the only appearance of Muhammad X. Here's another example. Gavin King, Orpheus. He debuted in a 6-issue limited series back in 2001 entitled Orpheus Rising. We learned his story. He's a Gotham City kid himself. He loved dance and theater. He went out in the world to learn more. He came back home because he wanted to help his fucking people. He told Batman, you can't be everything to everyone. Batman allowed him to work in the city, and he said, looks like Gotham City just got a darker night. I was looking for this man everywhere. He made one appearance in Birds of Prey, and then he was killed off in Batman War Games, like 1 year later. But there are cases where making a new black character does work, like with Sojourner Malay. Green Lantern fans fuck with Jo because she was given a great story and chances outside of that story to shine. Muhammad X was a plot device. He didn't get a story or a chance. Orpheus got a story, didn't get a chance. Sojourner, she got a story and a chance. Yes, it's create new characters, but let's not forget about the old characters that were created and didn't get their chance to shine.
Talk that talk, boy.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love that guy, man.
You know what
And
else I think too? You
What's
know, a lot of times, especially like in the comic world, or just being an imaginative person, a lot of times in black households, it's less about the fun, imaginative side of things and more about functional kind of, especially poorer households, period. And I think that could play into why we don't see a lot of brown and black children. We don't see as many brown and black children indulging in comic books and gaming as we do the fairer skinned ones. I just think a lot of it has to do with the type of lives, you know, younger children. I don't know.
I can honestly say as a kid, I was really into comic books because my mom would force me to read. And she would be like, yo, you're going to either read you're going to read something. So you better find something that you're going to be interested in. So comic books ended up being the happy medium.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I was reading, you know, because it would be like once a day, I had to sit down for X amount of hours and I had to read.
Okay.
So it was like, so as I grew up into adulthood, I still read. And then I always encourage other people, hey, man, this is what I'm reading, or this is what I'm into. Check it out. I think it's very important that reading starts at home. If nobody's in the house is reading, how can you expect a kid to read? You know?
Yeah, reading, yes.
I want to just say basically it's also outlets because back in our day, Jamal, I mean, they actually had a rack right beside the cash registers at your local grocery store with all the comics. Nowadays you can only catch that stuff on the magazine stand that's on an aisle, like in some bumfuck area of the store. It's usually probably in the middle of the store, but if you pass it up, they have that one small section of everything that the grocery store deemed that they would do, instead of just getting a big newspaper, a big kiosk sitting right there, or a big rack of comics of all types that people could see. Not to mention, nowadays you're charging like $7 to $10 per comic, and some people there's some people out there that still charge like $4 for it. But I mean, we all in the struggle nowadays. I mean, hell, we're in the age when eggs are like almost damn near $8 to $10.
Yeah, just got back.
Thank you, inflation.
Yeah, it's crazy out there. But I was saying, precious though is that I had friends that didn't do a lot of reading, and I feel like it was because their parents didn't put that on them. You know what I mean? They didn't make it fun. Like my mom went out of her way to help me find books that I'd be interested in. So it's all about.
My mom did too, though.
Yeah, you know what I mean. How was your experience, Precious? Did your mom or dad or
less comic though? Like so you know, I was born with hydrocephalus. I wasn't supposed to hit any of my milestones. I was supposed to be slow. I wasn't supposed to walk or talk till I was 3. So my mother always cultivated this habit of education and learning in the house from when I was very little. And by the time I got old enough to kind of be on my own, I enjoyed reading and writing. I used to read those Babysitter Club books and the R.L. Stein Goosebumps books.
It's the bomb.
Yeah, a lot of those. And right, I was the only child. I had a very vivid imagination.
Right.
Still do. So and then as I got older, I got more into like, the whole look stuff myself, hair, makeup, and now I'm gonna wear clothes and now I'm gonna model, do all that crap. But definitely started off from my mom making reading fun for me, giving me material that I can enjoy as a child that related to me.
And also, I would also like to make the statement that as I got older into adulthood, we are all subject of what we are around. I'm around a bunch of black dudes. The only thing they do, smoke weed, we drink. And it's like all about go to work, party in the club, get drunk at night. And the only thing that kind of kept me away from a lot of the drama of that is because I was in a studio from the time I was 17 until tonight. I'm in the studio goddamn right now. It was just at one point it was recording music and then it switched to podcasting. But a lot of my friends didn't read. And I had to make the conscious effort to, when I saw things that I thought were interesting, I gravitated towards it. So like my love for the music industry goes super deep for me. So when I moved away from buying CDs, I started buying biographies like L.A. Reid's biography and LL Cool J and these different people because I thirsted to hear the stories. I think at the end of the day, I'm not trying to talk everybody's head off, but like I definitely feel like if you are an aunt, an uncle, a mom or a dad or a step parent or whatever, like man, make it a thing to like introduce books into children's lives. Ask them questions. Yo, what do you like to read? Like what are you into? If they like to fix cars, get them books on cars. Start with magazines and then move to books. Like I felt like that was something my aunt used to do when I was a kid. I'm sitting here thinking about it. Yeah, my aunt every year on my birthday, she would come and give me a list of stuff. Like you can subscribe to one of these. It was either National Geographic, remember Nintendo Power. Remember, like there was a whole magazine on Nintendo stuff. Yo, I had that. I had you know what I'm saying? These were things that my family members actively were like, here, take this and read, and those ended up being the things I took around everywhere with me as I got older. So even now as an adult, if you want to see about living a large life, the luxury life, go get the Rob Report. You know what I mean? If you want to learn about gaming, they've got gaming books. There's books and magazines everywhere that people can get. And I definitely feel like, that's a part of the life we live in. So let's move
and
on.
Before we move on, I just want to add this. I will, and I'm putting this promise to everybody in internet land. I will, because of my name, Audiobook AB, I will be putting and posting out videos of recommendation book series. Trust me, I'm entertained. If you like certain series and certain anime, certain type of series like Game of Thrones or a Lovecraft Country, or even hell, the Watchmen or something like that, those type of shows, The Brother's Son or something like that. There are book series out there that have great narrating, so you could just sit back, chill, grab yourself a drink, listen to it for about an hour or two, or listen to it on your drive or your workout. Hey, that's going to be coming soon to this station.
That's what's up. And I'm with you on that, man. And anybody that wants to start and manage a book club, I will be a member. So I really want to be a part of a book club, man. But not a book club where it's all sex books. Like we have to have a ride.
I know a good one. Well, I don't know if City of Gods.
That's probably a pretty good one. I would say
a long time, and I might need to circle the block on that one.
I will do a book club this May for Star Wars, because I want to give the same book that this guy told me, hey, do this trilogy. If there's any other trilogy in Star Wars you need to do is this trilogy, and let's see how that works. We'll talk offline on this. Let's go.
Yeah. But I wanted to keep it not just on Star Wars, but eventually I would like to move into other books. Like even Precious has a book. What was the bad
I was
Big
saying Star Wars
Dreams.
because it was May the 4th, man. May the 4th be with you.
I
So
got you, bro. I got you. Hold on. Precious, what's the name of your book?
Which one? My first book?
Smart. Yeah, the bad bitches
Dreams
are
of a Bad Bitch.
you said dreams of being a bad bitch?
Dreams of a Bad Bitch. Yes.
See, that need to be a part of the book club because I'm quite sure there's some guns, some sex, some drugs.
Well, not that ain't even really, yeah, that's that stuff in my book. But my book was written to bring about awareness for sex trafficking.
Oh, ugh. Okay. Well, we'll check it out. I don't know how fun it's gonna be. I don't know if I'm gonna be crying at the end of it, but
you gonna laugh, you gonna cry.
Okay, well that's important. So let's get into another storyteller, and they tell us how they told a story.
That in the original movie, Obi-Wan went to the very end of the film, and Yoda didn't exist. So as I got through starting to shoot the movie, episode 4, I realized that when I came to the end battle, that Obi-Wan had nothing to do but sit around and watch the battle like Princess Leia. And then in the next film, he basically sat around and taught Luke how to use the Force and things. I felt that his character had become so strong the way Alec Guinness had presented it that I really couldn't do that. He was too noble, so I had to kill him off. So when I killed him off, I had to replace him when I got to the second movie, and I could do certain things by having him come back as a ghost from the Force, because I had decided to kill him off in a metaphysical way rather than a physical way. And but I couldn't do everything. I needed a physical body there to do things, and so I needed something, and I created Yoda, who was 2 feet tall, large, with green ears. But to be very honest with you, I never really figured out where he came from, what his species is called. It doesn't even have a name. I mean, maybe it's somewhere, but I don't know what it is. So he's a mystery character. He's a magical character. He has no background. He comes and he goes. He's the subversive, secret, mysterious stranger that enters the film and then exits at the end.
I just want to talk about how weird but powerful Yoda is. And the fact that this man is admitting 30, 40 years later, I don't know. Bro, you've had plenty of time to figure it out. I don't know. He's a mysterious character. But anyway, the thing I like about clips like this is I love hearing creators that have created things that have impacted my life in a big way. Star Wars was a film that as a kid, I watched it over and over and over and over and over again. And even as an adult, I can watch it over and over. And it does something to me. It really gets me pumped up. Like, it's like some people watch football movies for the adrenaline part at the end. I watch Star Wars because I always feel like a kid out in the middle of nowhere. And at any point I could be interjected into some adventure or whatever. And Star Wars does that. But anyway, to hear his logic as a storyteller and how he puts together ideas and characters and how he created this world, I thought was a really dope thing. So I will move on. So yeah, because you guys don't seem that interested.
No,
So
hit the nerd button there. Come on now.
I can embrace my
I'm
moments.
like, it's just like that video I sent to you with freaking Stan Lee, man. I'm like this. It may be said in a different way, but there's one thing that I went to a panel last year at Dragon Con to one of my favorite authors, and I asked him, like, you had a great villain that could have lasted like throughout your series, and he just axed him. And then he just said them at first, everybody was in the room talking boo spoilers. I was like, dude, the book, I literally looked at him like, this book came out during the pandemic. It is 2023. If you haven't read it or you just now get into it, oh well, I'm sorry. It's all over the web. It's just like you guys are complaining about me talking about the ending of The Fifth Element. That movie is what, 20 some odd years ago. I'm sorry. After 2.5 years, I'm pretty much like, I don't care what the spoilers are. It's out there. If you haven't seen it, okay. And don't go ahead and scream spoiler if the movie's been out for 2.5+ years. To me, I'm not that type of person. But And back to my point is these are authors, and exactly what Stan Lee said. Because he said the thing that I'm pretty much not liking nowadays, I'll go to that point later, is, well, the point is,
I got the clip if you can play it.
Oh no, you don't have to clip it. It's just basically the verses that you see a lot of out there, like, oh, Goku versus Superman, Batman versus Captain America. All these characters together, they just keep throwing that. And it was interesting during the pandemic because we were bored, but now it just seems like it's just played out. And I like exactly what Stan Lee and George Lucas just said just there. He's the story writer. He can, and the writer from that book. I'm the story writer. I can decide what I can do with the person. For all I care, the person will probably die and come back as a pink rabbit to piss everybody off because I just wanted to do that. You're the writer. You're the one creating this world. I am the consumer and I'm enjoying the book. And just like he said about Yoda, like, hey, he had to change all that because, having somebody just sit there and be looking like in like all those animes, like, please save us, Goku. It gets old.
Facts. All right, let's move into the next thing.
Did you know that DC and Marvel once combined their universes in a massive crossover? This universe is called Amalgamverse and exists in both DC and Marvel multiverses. It was created after physical embodiments of Marvel and DC became aware of each other, and they chose different characters to fight and determine which one is stronger. Those comics feature battles between Batman and Captain America, Thor and Shazam, Superman versus Hulk, and many others. Two universes later fused together and created Amalgamverse, which combines characters from Marvel and DC, such as Dark Claw, combination of Batman and Wolverine, or Super Soldier, fusion of Superman and Captain America. But two beings were eventually separated and Amalgamverse ceased to exist.
See? This is a prime example of what AB was talking about. They own the rights. They can do what the hell they want. You can bring them together. You can break them apart. You can make variations of them. That's their business.
And it's just like, and the person who brought that to us when they brought the universes together, they still don't want to talk about George Perez. God rest George Perez, who gave us the best mesh of those characters together.
That's a fact. Oh, good. How did I forget? R.I.P. to the big homie. Let's do that. Sorry, wrong one.
What kind of porn?
My bad. No. That's something I'm gonna play with towards the end.
Mondo. Welcome back. Dylan. You son of a bitch.
Damn, Rob, come on! What's the matter with you?
Come on.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
Don't feel bad about me. I got my hand back, see? We've only just begun to live. White lace and promises, a kiss for luck, and we're on out. Shut up, Happy.
You about to make me cry. I loved him in Command, and it was that Predator. I loved him in he's been in so many films. It's so crazy. He's gonna be one of those people. Every time I see him in a film, I'm probably gonna be like,
I still hate to this day because I remember the panel that I went to at Dragon Con with him, that they had a script for Action Jackson 2, and they just scrapped it because they were trying to make Action Jackson into something completely else than what we got in the first film. It's like you can make all these other films like Tango and Cash, Raw Deal, Red Heat with the loose cannon white cops, but you got a loose cannon black cop.
Was Beverly Hills Cop a loose cannon black cop? Because
that's the only one, but because it's freaking Eddie Murphy and he's making people laugh,
he's bringing them out of the box office, baby. That's like he's the numbers man. He's the numbers man. Let me ask y'all this question. Precious and AB, like, would you guys would you even be interested in developing action characters or like writing books based around action? You would have to turn your mic on, Precious.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah,
I'm writing two. I got 2 ideas, and then I also got a sci-fi kind of horror one.
Okay, got you. That's
Yeah,
dope.
I like the fan fiction side of things. I could see myself doing that. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it don't have to be fan fiction. You can create the character, and it could be your character, and it can live in the world that you create for it.
Oh, yeah. Could.
You know what I mean? Yeah, those are the type of books I like. I'm not really, unless it's like a musician, I'm not really in the biographies. If it's a musician biography, I'm in. Anything outside of that, I'm not really in. But other than that, it's always fantasy and action type of stuff that I enjoy. And weirdly, law book, not law books, but books based around law and lawyers, which is weird. Like John Grisham books. I love John Grisham books. I don't know why.
I thought you were talking about like crime dramas, because I mean, hell, I just finished watching Griselda. That was pretty good.
Yeah. I love that. That was done. No, that's actually on Netflix.
Okay, I got that too. I'm a
Mr. and Mrs. Smith is on Prime, and Champagne. Just go ahead and watch that first. Go ahead, put Mr. and Mrs. Smith on, and then you gonna be. I can't say nothing. I'm embargo until I do the review on Wednesday, but just watch it and call me after every episode. And yes, we can talk about it.
Oh, it's a series. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm about to go watch it now. See you guys.
Hey, we have to finish the show.
That's what I'm saying. All right, I got one more thing to do. We can one more thing, and then we got y'all can go. All right. Wrong one. Let's get into this. Is for practice.
Now, my children. Now, my children. Remember your real family. Or
no matter how beautiful you are, we all human beings and we all make mistakes. That's all I want to put out there. All right, it's getting to be about that time. I ain't gonna hold y'all late. We ain't gonna do no hour-and-a-half show. And I really don't even have no trailers for y'all. They ain't really. I didn't did them all already. So before we go, is there anything y'all want to talk about? Come on, if y'all want to throw something down on the table before we get up out of here.
Don't major in cybersecurity unless you want to read. Well, no, cybersecurity management and policy, because that shit is a lot of legal jargon and stuff.
It's a lot. I had to take three classes. It is enough classes that I only had to take 2 more classes. 2 more. I could be a full detective.
Yeah, see.
It's a lot of law and order. And trust me, I'm just going to let you know, the first 2 classes will piss you off as a person of color. When you read how all these laws are written, and the statistics and what they apply and use, they need to go ahead and take these books and burn them just like as quickly as DeSantos wants to burn woke books. Because I look at some of these law books and they say that engaging a black man under the age of 23, you have a 70 to 80 some odd % chance that you might have a deadly engagement. This is written in a legal book with an ISBN number that's being sold to these colleges. Wow. Just imagine these bookhead white guys that go to these that go to these police academies and classes. Come on. I had to argue with these guys over and over again about the contradictions of these. It's like Black, Hispanic, and then they have a little bit of Asian and Native American smidgen in there, and it will piss you off.
It's really cats then blacks, because you have a 95.5% possibility of getting attacked like she is now. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? Cats just come out of nowhere and just start fucking with you. They don't care what you're doing. You on a live show, hosting a show. You can't even do your thing.
Because sorry about that, Precious, but I had to take 3 classes. Actually, I took 5 classes. I took 3 at the associate's degree level, and two when I was going for my bachelor's, and then I had to take another law class while I was in my master's degree class.
Gotcha.
Program. So I've took 5 classes of law, and I'm like, boy,
over it. Yeah.
I mean, I could go back and try to be a private detective. I'm actually partially thinking about that, how it is nowadays, how these places are really trying to be like, please, I'm coming up, sending off my resume, like, please hire me. And I'm just like, oh, getting a nice little email saying, we got some other candidates. I'm like, really? This is 20 years of experience, and you're going to try to get Frederick from a freaking college because he used a cheap algorithm just to cheat and get the interview. Okay.
Well, get the algorithm and cheat and get the interview. That's what we got to do.
We'll talk soon about that.
I want somebody. I'm willing to pay anybody to redo my resume. I don't give a fuck how much money it costs. What y'all want? $200, $300?
Nah, don't say that. Don't say that. There's a lot of websites out there that promise that, and they don't do nothing.
I don't know, man. I just know that there's a certain way you're supposed to do the resume so it'll go through, because all of these resumes go through computer systems now. So like if you don't have it formatted a certain way and written a certain way, you just get thrown to the bottom of the pile. So like, you know what I mean? But anyway, with that being said, Precious, is there anything else you want to talk about, or did you want the cat to take over, or how do you want to do that?
Do you have anything to say, Mama? No, we good.
All right, AB, anything you wanted to talk about before we ran?
No, I just want to say hello to everybody in internet land and wish everybody a good nerdy weekend, and please stay safe out there and stay warm.
That's a fact. And like we said, we taking next Sunday off. I will be in Tampa. AB is going to be working at the strip club, and Precious is out of the country. So we will come back the week after with a brand new episode. Hopefully also Remy will be finished moving. She definitely wants to be on the show and a part of the gang. She stays in constant contact with me and keeps me updated on what's going on. I know a lot of y'all been wanting to know what's been going on with that, but you know, she's literally in the middle of a move, and the apartment she had mold in it. So then it was all right. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be giving her
lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, this shit is going on, but we gonna get it back together. Pill not being here, don't know. He said he was gonna be here, so whatever. And he came over, and I just gave him a brand new mic. I gave him new mic, new camera, and some headphones. So I don't know where he at. So he just willfully being ignorant right now. So we will check y'all next time. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend, Black Nerd Podcast. And don't forget to check out the nerdy extra tidbits me and AB did on Thursday, which was phenomenal. And we're going to try to make it more consistent with every Thursday and hopefully every Thursday and Sunday.
Maybe so. And then a little 15-minute break here and there to talk. So we're going to do that. We're going to be doing that. We're going to make sure you guys see us.
Yep. And also the next Cyberpunk is coming up in a few weeks. So just make sure y'all ready for that. So and then Precious got some stuff that she's going to drop too. I have to meet up with her about. It's just been a very busy beginning of the year. I swear to God, like it's been back to back to back crazy. So and you can see how stressed out Precious is. So like, come on, y'all get it. We working here for y'all. We doing this for y'all. It's a lot of stress. But anyway, we out of here. We love y'all. Don't nobody leave, yo. Y'all two don't leave. Y'all go home. But you know the show. Yeah. All right. I'll let y'all later.